Hey, you was
Yeah,
lit.
yeah,
You was lit on New Year's, man.
yeah. Yo, yeah, I was
You
tripping,
was lit on
bro.
New
Hey,
Year's, bro.
hey, I was trying to tell you in the chat though. I ain't want nothing, bro.
Nah,
I
come
was
through.
asking about
Nah.
the Jack Ryan link that you played.
Yeah.
That's all I was asking about. I was just
Oh yeah,
trying to
yeah,
see if you
yeah.
could drop that link down there.
Oh
I
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
saying
yeah,
I wanted to
yeah.
come up because I
Hey,
was
I
just
cover it.
listening tonight, bro. I ain't want to mess up your stream, bro. I was
Oh
listening, bro.
no,
You know what I'm
no, you
saying? You was
here?
on point. Yo, you good, bro. Like you on point, bro. You hitting all the points, bro. I would have hit, because I was wondering if you was gonna get into the whole China part of it, because at the end of the day, this is it's really is it really ties into us protecting our backyard, especially when it comes to Venezuela.
Okay.
Uh, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand, yeah, he a dictator or whatever, but they got plenty of dictators down there in South America, like Cuba. You mentioned that earlier, but yeah, it's at the end of the day is protecting our backyard because China is encroaching on that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying, as well as Russia.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's what it's all about. And you already hit on that, so it ain't really much I can add to it. I just wanted
Well,
that link, that Jack Ryan link, bro.
oh no, no. I'm glad you're here, and,
But
and
I
I'm gonna
found it.
ask you:
Go
Does
ahead.
China eventually invade Taiwan?
I think so at some point, bro. I'm not sure. Because I mean, we got out. We dealing with what we can in the Pacific, but I don't know if we can hold on, especially with them seeing us, because we set a precedent by doing this.
Yeah,
Because any other country could say, I mean, just like what Russia is doing right now,
yeah.
any other country can look at this situation and say, hey, they did that. We could just say that the guy in Kiev, or the president in Kiev, he's a dictator. He hasn't did a because that's one of the excuses they're using anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's in their constitution or whatever they have, that they can't run elections while they're actively at war in Ukraine.
Okay. Okay.
That's why he's still the president. But they're using that as an excuse, saying he's a dictator.
Mm-hmm.
But they could just say the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Or China could say the same thing, that whoever is over Taiwan, they could just go in and say, "Hey, we taking this over, and we gonna hold on to it until we figure out who we gonna put in power, or who's gonna take over the country at that point." You
Right.
see what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah.
they could use it as the same thing. And I don't know if you've seen this as well. This is another thing that I've seen. Um, it's almost like we giving up power, bro. In the Pacific, it's almost like we're just mainly focusing on the Western Hemisphere, because we're closing down bases. Like look into this, bro. Look into the articles. I seen an article. We're closing down the bases in South Korea.
Okay.
So we were actively somewhat protecting and training South Korean soldiers to protect them from North Korea. We're closing down those bases. That's one of the
Look,
things that Hex stuff is doing. Hmm.
I agree with that. Once again, it was easier for us being the world's police back in the '80s, but now
Yeah,
moving forward, it's too we're stressed out too thin. To
yeah.
me, like come just like you said, show up the defenses back home and leave it at that. I'm okay with that. Let the Koreans figure it out amongst themselves.
Hmm.
I want to ask you this: Let's say if China does invade Taiwan and they get a hold of the semiconductors and the microchips, which hurts more? That the U.S. has Venezuelan oil that hurts China, or that China has the semiconductors that we need for all of our stuff? Which one? Which one?
I think the conductors. I think we're gonna make a deal with China some kind of way,
Okay,
but we'll have the upper hand somewhat because they use a lot of Venezuela oil.
okay,
You know what I'm saying? I think eventually it will strike a deal with them, so they can continue using that oil, and then we can obviously it'll be one for one with the with the chips, because we
okay.
still building these data centers across the country. Now they are saying it's an AI bubble that is eventually going to bust. That these companies are really not making any money off of this AI stuff.
Hmm.
So I don't know if that chip uh, if the chip manufacturing is going to last, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, as far as them needing a lot of it. And I know AI mainly depends on video cards and all that stuff, which they use chips in those as well,
Hmm.
but I don't know how long that's going to last, you know what I'm saying, depending on how long this AI run, goes. So
What,
it's my
what do you?
thoughts.
No, and I appreciate that. So, what are you keeping your eye on right now? What's interest of you as far as tech, military, anything? What is like? Okay, I got my antennas up for this. I'm watching. I'm watching this one.
Now, to be honest, bro, I've been focusing on the home front, bro. Like
Okay.
I've been focusing on what these people have been doing to, and I don't want to go be one, but I've been
Hey, come
focusing
on.
on
That's
what
why you
these
over
people are
here. Come
doing.
on, man.
Yeah,
Hey.
I've been focusing on them. What they like for instance, I seen an article today of how they what was that, in Finland? I believe they took down a black memorial for
Yeah.
like World War II victims, or World War
Yeah.
One victims. I mean, not victims, but soldiers that
The
were over
soldiers. Yeah.
there that we
Yeah.
patrol. Yeah, and so I mean, it's just so much they tearing down, as far as like Black Americans have contributed to this country that they just trying to erase. And then I also, just to tie it back to Venezuela, because I don't know if you've seen my post in the Discord, but I also have a theory when it comes to
I seen
them
it.
taking over these countries. Oh,
Okay.
okay, all right. Well,
Now go ahead and break it down for us, though,
I'm
for those
looking
that
at,
don't. That.
yeah, I see it like this. I think, because like I've been saying this for a while, I think that's part of the Project 2025 thing, where
Okay.
because they started talking about the remigration thing, and I
Mm,
said this months ago. And so I think what they're doing is they're defunding a lot of Black America, and I know white people are getting caught up in it as well, but that'll be a way for them to control who comes back into the job market and
okay.
exclude who they don't want back in the job market, obviously,
Okay. Okay.
and then start pushing people out that can't afford to live here, raising the prices of everything. And if you can't afford to live here in the US, yeah, we got other areas you can move to there, buddy, that you can afford. And I remember Ben Shapiro, he said this it was like on a live stream not that long ago. And this was like a couple weeks ago.
Hmm.
So I know a lot of these people, they be having all these conversations with this TPUSA stuff. So they know a lot of this stuff that they're trying to do in this administration. I think Ben Shapiro said, like on a live stream, he was like, if you can't afford to live in this country, maybe you should move somewhere you can.
If you're a young person and you can't afford to live here, then maybe you should not live here. I mean, that is a real thing. Yeah, I know that we've now grown up in a society that says that you deserve to live where you grew up, but the reality is that the history of America is almost literally the opposite of that. The history of America is you go to a place where there is opportunity. And if the opportunities are limited here and they're not changing, then you really should try to think about other places where you have better opportunities.
That was
That's crazy.
something specifically he said on that live stream, and somebody highlighted it or took a snippet of it, and
Hmm.
I think it went viral or whatever. So I think it's gonna be a black trail of tears. I said that a while back.
Wow. Yeah, you
It's
did,
gonna be a black trail of tears
bruh.
if it come down to it, bro. Like if you can't afford here, you can't get no jobs, and they like what they doing with like Black women, like a lot of those Black women that got like furloughed or they took the
Hmm.
early retirement, they not getting their paychecks, they trying to sue, like they retirement hasn't even started.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Their retirement checks haven't started coming in. Like they supposed to be getting like 6,000 a month, 7,000 a month. It's been months where they
Hmm.
haven't received a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Since they took that early retirement or furlough or whatever, they ain't received the money from OPM. And you know who
Mm.
running OPM? One of the guys that was one of the writers of Project 2025. So, and I know these people, around here, they like, we don't. That's a good thing Black women got laid off, and them because they gonna come back to the
It's just
table, nigga.
insane.
Y'all,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, y'all retorted, bro. You know that's hurting young boys that's coming up behind you. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they setting their kids up in a good position, putting them in college and all that stuff with the money they're making working at these different federal jobs. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you messing up young men that's following behind you guys that y'all nigga, y'all can't get a woman. Okay, y'all fall by the wayside. Y'all
Right.
the survival of the fittest. Y'all ain't
Yeah.
the fittest. So get
Yeah.
the fuck out the way. But we
Yeah.
got young dudes coming in, and y'all happy that these women losing their job where they would have been able to set their kids up or sons up for success. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Yeah, I can keep going, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got my I
Hey,
got my
no,
little
well,
theories I be coming up with, bro.
no, I mean the Black Trail of Tears. That's some scary shit when you think about it. Okay, so what solutions would there be?
Get this I mean, get this guy up out of here, man. That's the only thing I could think of, bro. Like, come the midterms, because they looking at doing a whole bunch of stuff, bro,
Well, I
this
want to
year.
ask you, what do you? I think it's going to be a complete bloodbath. Come,
Yeah, it is.
I think
Because
everybody should go. I say get rid of all
yeah,
of them, but
yeah.
how
Well,
how do you
they're
see
not
it?
going to be able to get rid of all of them. That I
Yeah.
mean, and Trump is obviously he's going to still be in office, I think. Unless something happened to him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
um, impeachment or something to that effect. But um, it's gonna be like a blue wave, that comes through because a lot of these MAGA people, even though they're trying to mess with the elections, a lot of these MAGA people are upset
Mhm.
dealing with the food prices and they keep talking about black women, welfare queens, but you starting to see a whole lot more white people like, oh, we can't afford groceries, like, oh man, we're not getting our food stamps, what's going
Right.
on? Like, they had a dude on, I seen a video of him, he's single father, white guy, 4 kids, that he's disabled, ain't getting they saying it's a work requirement, and they only providing the what the disability, whatever it is, for like 2 years.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He got to get a job. I'm like, this dude disabled, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So yeah, it's a lot of and then this whole no tax on tips thing, it ain't what people actually
Yeah,
thought.
I believe it's only for a couple of years. It's not a
It ain't what
permanent
people
thing.
thought. And then it
Yeah.
ain't what people thought, man. Like, if you go work hard on these tips, and you get into a higher tax bracket, you only get a certain amount, and then it's
Right.
a cap on it.
Yeah.
So if you work, if you if you hit the cap, or if you make too much money, then that cap is going to be lowered, and you're going to be paying the same amount of taxes.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you ain't gonna get it. It's not a benefit at the end of the day. And
Hmm.
and other people can break it down better than me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not no financial guy, but based on what I'm seeing, and a lot of people breaking it down and explaining it, like financial guys that's looking at the big beautiful bill, and it's no tax on tip stuff. It's really not a benefit, and people are starting to realize that they're seeing how much money that was taken out their check, that like we got to pay taxes, and then like some people thought they wasn't gonna be paying taxes. They thought they was gonna be able to keep all their overtime, but they've been paying taxes all this time for the year. They was thinking they wasn't gonna be paying taxes,
Right.
and then they was gonna be able to keep that or not file that this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know, bro.
Hey, is your Doge money coming? Have you checked on your Doge status?
Man, that they ain't getting that, bro. What's the other
Where's
check?
the tariff? The
What's the
tariff?
other check? Yeah, the
The tariff
check.
dividends?
That ain't coming,
I
man.
thought we was getting some.
Nah, all that stuff gone, bro. Yo, they didn't. Oh, go ahead.
Damn. Yeah, no, it's just bro, none of this shit was on my bingo card this year. Not during his first term. I figured he wait the last 2 years and go ham like he tried to his last first term. But
Yeah.
okay, if Dems take over House and Senate, which I believe they will, how much can they undo what's been done?
I don't think they could undo much. They could stop a lot of stuff that they want to do. That's why they trying to push through as much as they can these
Okay.
first 2 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, all they're gonna be able to do is really stop any further damage. The reversal will come when a new president comes in place, because a lot of the things he's done, and if you look into it, because they got a lot of lawyers out there talking about this stuff.
Hmm.
So people could do the research. Y'all can look into it. They be pointing to all the court cases and all that stuff. I be looking into it, trying to follow. I'm not no lawyer or whatever, so I just follow them, the guys that's experts at this stuff, and they be pointing to it in a lot of these executive orders that he signed. Um, they've been knocked down by the courts, or they're still in court, or they're found unconstitutional. It's a lot of them that have been, and then also with executive orders, new president comes in,
You
he can
gotta
just
do all
veto
that.
all that stuff.
Right.
Just undo
Right.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But also the tech side. You asked me about the tech side. This is one other thing. What is that thing? It's called Memorandum 7. I don't know if you've seen a video on it yet, but it's a Memorandum 7. What they're doing is they're they basically anybody that's against the administration when it comes to, and it could be anything, anybody that's against Christianity, anybody that's against MAGA, anybody that's against the Republican Party, I think, or Donald Trump, this administration, they're being put on a list, and they're starting to track people that they're saying that they're like a leftist terrorist. They basically put them in the category as a terrorist type group. Like,
Yeah, I
and it's
seen a
not even
couple.
Antifa
Oh
or
no,
nothing.
no,
It's just
no! It's already
regular
happening.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
There's a
just
guy in
regular people.
Texas. They followed him home and said, "Hey, we saw your post, and you know what you
Yeah.
were saying." And it's like it's already.
Yep. And so they putting together lists and all that stuff. Even though this is so stupid, and they just letting the white power people walk down the street, with their flags and stuff, talking about white power and all that stuff or whatever. They ain't saying nothing to them,
Yeah.
and they out there training in the woods or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't even investigating them no more. And I don't know if you seen it, the FBI guy got called out in front of Congress, like that one of them black senators.
Mhm.
He was like, well, who is Antifa? Like, where are they located? He was like, I know you ain't come to come up in here. I didn't know who the hell these people were. That was so funny, man. I was dying laughing when I seen that. Yeah, man. Hey, but I gotta run, bro. I gotta start cooking though. I want to
sure.
cook some stuff tonight, man. But
My
yeah,
man.
I've been enjoying the live stream. I've been listening. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
For sure,
keep going,
for sure.
bro.
Thank you,
Yeah.
bro.
I catch you. Yeah. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace.
Peace. That's my man. That's B1 Techie. That y'all know him as Keep It Techie. No, sir. No, sir, ma'am. That's B1 Techie. Okay.